On Santa Barbara, can Cruz keep Eden away from a madman?
You shouldn't play games with this guy.
I know what I'm doing.
Facing him alone could be dangerous.
Sometimes it can be fatal.
This week.
Nothing like a shave and a shower, minus the shower.
You were in there long enough. What do you think this is, the Mark Hopkins?
Well, not quite, but I think it will serve nicely. Welcome to the new offices of Mason Capwell, attorney at law.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, just that I'm going to need this table for a little while, Frank, and this phone.
No, wait a minute. I know you got your troubles and everything, but I got a business to run here. I'm going to lose my job.
Frank, it's only for a couple of days, a week at most. You'll get your share, of course.
My share of what? You still owe me $13.75 from last night's tab.
Patience, Frank. We all have our slow weeks, yourself included, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's getting slower when customers don't pay their bills. Mason, you're going to get me fired.
Oh, Frank, now who's going to fire you for bringing in more business?
Some of my customers might get a little nervous having a lawyer sitting behind them all day.
Frank, there was a time, if you'll recall, that I had considerable influence in this town.
So?
So, my friends, my clients, other people are going to come here to see me. They'll order some food, find out what a charming establishment it is, how well it's run, and bring more business.
Yeah? Your friends big tippers?
Oh, very generous, every one of them.
All right. A couple days, we'll try it. A trial period.
I thought you'd recognize the opportunity, Frank. Answer that for me, would you, Frank? It's probably from me.
How do you know?
Well, I gave a few of my clients this number. Just answer the phone, say, Mason Capwell's office, and if it's important, I'll take it right here.
You gotta be kidding me!
Frank, think of it as a favor. You may need an attorney someday.
Yeah, well, if I do, I'll call one with an office. Mason Capwell's office.
Yes, this is the Queen of England. I'd like to speak to the Prince of Wales, please. Who? Oh, you probably know him by his common name. Mason Capwell?
I gotta ask who's calling.
You gotta, huh?
He likes it that way.
You listen to me, Pipsqueak. This is confidential business. You get Mason Capwell on that phone right now, or you'll be wearing your head in your stomach.
Hey, lady.
Now!
Yes, of course. I think I see him coming right now. It's important. And by the way, get yourself another girl Friday. I quit.
Yeah, this is Mason Capwell. What can I do for you?
Hello, Mr. Capwell. This is your old, dear friend, Ginger. I believe we have a little debt to settle.
Debt.
I'm on my way.
Ta-da! Introducing the luxurious, mysterious Orient Express restaurant. Everything for your dining pleasure.
Wow, this looks a lot like a train wreck I saw one time. I hope nobody was
Stop
hurt.
it. Now come here. Look at this. See this? This is an actual sconce from an actual dining car on the Orient Express. It was made in Paris in 1907, and they used it for 20 years.
Wow.
Isn't this great? There are going to be two of them, and one of them will go on each side of the entrance.
Well, they're beautiful. You know, I saw some stuff like that at Dr. Mike's Fun Shop, but you ought to take a scouring pad to it.
What, and get rid of the original dust? No way. Look at this. This right here, this whole wall.
Yeah?
Right here will be private booths. I mean, like private compartments. And each table will have a wonderful view of the ocean.
That'll be nice. Can I order breakfast?
Well, if you don't mind a slight wait.
Like how long?
A month.
Hate to break it to you, I think 6 is more like it, and I can't wait that long.
It's not gonna take that long. They're working overtime.
Listen, you know that ribbon over there, does that have anything to do with the opening ceremonies you got planned?
Yep.
Well, I want to tell you, baby, honestly, I think this whole thing is... Well, for a spoiled little rich kid, you ain't done too bad.
You watch it, mister. I'll have a bouncer come and throw you out.
Yeah, but do you
Yeah.
think that we could christen this restaurant the same way we christened the houseboat?
Well, you can try.
all those things?
Nothing. Photographs. Very absorbing.
Photographs? They're pictures of Cece.
Yes, I know.
Where did you get them?
Eden brought them to me.
Eden, why?
Because I need to know more about him.
Marcello, I don't understand why you're so wrapped with Cece all of a sudden. You seem to be spending a lot of time on him. There must be a reason.
No, not really. I'm simply curious. I think he may be hiding something important from his family.
Really? What?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Something about the war?
Could be.
Well, if you find out, what do you do about it?
I don't know. Whatever's best.
Okay.
What?
Cause we both get lonely.
Get over here.
No, come on. You've had enough.
I'm out of control. I never had enough. Oh.
What's this, a little accident with our ceremonial chairs?
Well, yes, actually, I didn't think the ribbon was going to break when moved the chairs. But I hope the rest of your equipment is up to par, gentlemen.
You can bet on that. Listen, we'll be working underneath the bar today on the electrical.
Yeah, okay. Well, you have any questions on all of this? Is it just okay?
We have a question here. We want to know exactly how you want to run the dimmer bay behind the bar.
Well, if you just go under the bar off to the left right here, over here.
Yeah, but we can't get to the conduit through there. Now, is there any place else we can put it?
Excuse me, gentlemen, but I need to borrow the boss for a second, if you can spare her.
Sorry.
We'll figure it out, Ms. Capwell.
Yeah. All right.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, I trust
Thanks
you.
a lot, guys. Yeah. Listen, you gonna tell me what happened?
When?
I mean, I feel crazy bringing this up now, but I guess I'm just a jealous kind of guy.
What are you talking about?
Him.
Him who?
Him Houdini, the guy you stood me up to be with last night. I mean, you know, you didn't even mention everything.
It wasn't a date. I had another session.
Hypnosis again?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say anything about it?
Well, I just didn't know what to think.
Well, I know what to think. Stay away from the dude.
I can't. He's doing something very funny, and I want to find out what it is. Why don't you just check up on him one more time?
I already checked him out several times, Eden.
Well, he keeps asking things from me about my father. Each time he puts me under hypnosis, I don't let him. He doesn't know it, but...
Well, how do you know you're not under?
Because the book I got says that you can't hypnotize someone if they're not willing, so I'm not willing. I see and hear everything he does.
You shouldn't play games with this guy.
I know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing around here. This stuff is all great, but I mean, a guy like that, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, why don't you call some of your old contacts?
No way I'm gonna do that. Just put that out of your head.
Just give me one reason, one good reason why you won't.
If I call my contacts on every silly whim that comes along, they won't be there when I really need them.
Silly whim? He's a very dangerous man.
He could be dangerous. You keep poking around in his private life.
Cruz, world-renowned psychologists just don't come flocking to Santa Barbara to find out information on Cece Capwell when they have nothing else better to do.
Yeah, I bet he's interested in Cece. I gotta make a phone call.
Now, don't you find that odd at all?
That he's interested in you, Eden? No, I don't.
He's interested in all of us. He's using me to get to my father.
Why don't you do me a favor? Leave the detective work alone. Let the good doctor hypnotize somebody else for a change. I'll be right back.
What secret do you expect to find in those photos?
I don't know. Something. A hint of the kind of man that he really is.
This really bothers me. It's like you're trying to find something to use against him, or you want something from him?
What could I possibly want from him? To move back into his hotel? No, I don't want anything from Cece Capwell.
Marcello, this obsession with Cece just isn't like you at all. I want you to make me a promise. I want you to promise me that you will leave Cece and my family alone, even if you do dig something up from the past.
Sophia, has it ever occurred to you that I'm doing this for you? I want you out of his reach. I believe he's potentially a very destructive man.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I don't. And I don't understand what you're doing.
Maybe I'm envious of him. Perhaps what we're seeing is a small case of jealousy, namely mine.
Oh, Marcello, you mean as much to me as anyone in the world, and you always will. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here. You got me through the worst time of my life.
I think your feelings for Cece run very deep, and you still have a strong need to protect him. We need to work on that.
Do we?
Yes.
Could it be so you could have the opportunity to find out more about him?
No. This is a very critical time, and I just want to make sure that you're strong enough to get through it.
Well, you know I'll accept your help. I always have, but the question is, will you accept mine?
What? I haven't asked for help.
I know that, but I think you may need it. Now, why don't you tell me the whole story?
Go ahead. You know the number.
I just think we ought to wait a little longer, man.
I'll do my own thinking. Dial the number.
It just seems to me like we have enough problems around here without adding more to this.
Young man, stop dallying around and do it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Sophia Capwell's room, please. Pardon me? She's not there.
Then get that smoothie stepson of hers and put him on the line.
Excuse me, can you please connect me to Dr. Armante's room, then? Yes? Do you have another number for him at all? Okay, thank you. He has checked out of the hotel.
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Armante?
Yes, who is this?
This is Brick Wallace. I'm calling from Minx Lockridge. I have a message for Sophia Capwell.
It's a man calling from Minx Lockridge. Yes, what is it?
Minx Lockridge would like to have Sophia Capwell to tea.
When?
I believe she would like to see her this afternoon, if possible.
Hold on, please. Minx Lockridge wants to invite you to tea this afternoon.
Tell her absolutely not.
I'm sorry that Mrs. Capwell is unable to accept the invitation.
I see. She says no.
No one says no to me. Dr. Monty.
Yes.
This is Mrs. T. MacDonald Lockridge. T as in tiger. May I speak with Mrs. Capwell, please?
Hold on, please. She wishes to speak to you personally.
Yes, hello, this is Sophia.
Sophia Capwell, this is Minx Lockridge. I have something important to ask you. We met one night in a tunnel. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. I was waiting for Lionel. He had asked me to meet him there.
I asked you a question that night. Do you remember?
Yes.
You ran away. You were afraid. Do you remember the question?
Yes, I do.
Well, perhaps we should finish that talk this afternoon.
No. I don't think we should continue that conversation. That belongs in the past.
Until someone digs it up again. My chauffeur tells me there's a place where we can talk. It's called the State Street Bistro. I'll expect you there at 4 o'clock.
All right, I'll be there.
Please don't be late.
Well, the dimensions are subject to adjustment, you know.
Yeah,
on
that's
this.
right. Right. But this one, when it gets all done, it's going to have nice
Beveled glass here?
beveled glass there, and it'll be tinted so that the sun's not going to be able to, really interfere with. Okay.
Look, just one thing. You have contacts. You could find out everything you needed to know about Marcello. Why? Why don't you call your old friends from intelligence days?
What do I have to do to convince you? He hasn't done anything to warrant an investigation. I just can't go ripping into people's lives to dig up dirt to throw on him. That's not my job.
Just what is your job? Is it written down someplace?
Let's not get into that.
Yes, let's get into it. What you're doing is you're refusing to do your job.
Damn it, Eden, the man is a doctor, not a criminal. He's got a wall full of awards from people all over the world because he helped them. He doesn't drink, he doesn't take drugs, he doesn't even have any outstanding parking violations. What am I supposed to do?
Something. Anything. You're talking like a bureaucrat.
What am I supposed to be? The Capwell's private police department? I can't just go throwing my life down and go chase after every bad guy who asks bad questions about your father.
Cruz, you're telling me to be a good little girl and ignore it and maybe it'll go away. I am scared. And I need your help.
All right, already. I'll check them out one more time. But if I don't find something new and major, this is gonna be the last time I ever hear about this guy out of you.
You're wonderful. You're wonderful.
What am I, peaches now?
Yeah.
Yeah? How wonderful am I?
Your official business just arrived. Maybe you want to go have your little chat.
Gillis, hi, Gillis. Thanks for coming down so quick. I got something I want you to take a look at.
This is going to be a great place. It's going to look terrific.
Oh, thank you. Well, maybe we can have the policeman's ball here next year. Huh? All right.
Excuse me. Listen, I want you to read this from beginning to end, and don't comment until you're finished.
Well, what is it?
Just don't ask questions, Gillis, please. Read it.
The problem is the arrangement I have with my bank is very complicated. I'm not sure I can rush this thing, Ginger.
Don't put me off with double talk, Mason. My money moves fast, and I don't have time to wait.
Well, yours is a very specialized business. In other sectors, it takes longer for these transactions to take place.
Some new friends have bought into a new venture. We're starting a new escort and limousine service here in Santa Barbara. Now, you've taken up a healthy portion of their upfront money, and they're getting a little nervous. If I don't get that $18,000 now, I'm not sure what they'll do to you.
Uh-huh. Just let me make a call.
Make it a quick call.
Hello, Jerry. Jerry, it's Mason. Oh, I'm fine. Fine, just fine. Look, Jerry, I need a little favor. That contract I handled for you last week is due to be signed today, and I need the closing payment this morning. $18,000, right. Well, thanks, Jerry. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll be here. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Hey, let's do lunch on Monday, huh? Great. We'll see you then. You'll have your money this evening.
Well, I don't know if they can wait that long, but if they do, and the money isn't here, they're going to be very upset.
Well, I think when you tell them that a Capwell is handling their interests, they'll come around.
If they have to come around to collect, they won't recognize you or anybody as a Capwell or anything else.
You'll have your money this evening, Ginger. Don't worry, I keep my word.
What time?
It may be late.
The money will be here when I come back. Understand? Love your office.
Hello?
Gina, I'm glad you answered. It's Mason. I need to see you today. In fact, I need to see you right away.
Mason, that's impossible. Cece left word that you're not to enter the grounds.
I'm sure you can find some way to get me in.
Mason,
Gina, are you going to make me threaten you again? That gets so tiresome.
All right. I'll see that you get in. So this Lindsay was a man.
You got the picture?
I was looking for a woman under 30. No wonder I couldn't find him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So was I.
Well, you showed me that letter. I guess it means you're not taking me off the case.
Actually, I called you down here, Gillis, because I want you to know that you're going to become even more involved. Let me tell you what I know about this guy. Lindsay Smith is an attorney. He's well-bred, good schools. He became interested, well, he met Channing because he was interested in ponies, polo. He has a girlfriend now, so I guess his tastes have changed.
So why don't we put a tail on him, see what he's up to?
We're gonna do him one better.
What do you mean?
We're gonna slip an undercover in on him right under his doorstep.
How?
A certain Maggie Gillis has an application to rent the apartment right next to his, and 10 to 1 it gets accepted.
Oh, this is great. You're giving me another shot.
Yeah.
Chance to prove I can do more than just push papers
Yeah, I
around.
thought you'd like that, but you're gonna have to go easy on this, you know? I mean, we don't know much about the guy, so a little of his past.
Don't worry, I'll be here.
I don't want you taking any stupid chances.
What?
Yeah, 2. Surveillance like this is not inside department policy, if you know what I mean. So you're gonna have to keep a real low profile. I mean, real low.
Look, it's just that I thought I'd be here longer, that's all.
What do you want me to do? I don't own the place, I just run it.
Return my deposit, that's all I'm asking.
I ain't got your deposit. It goes into the owner's account. So why bother? Do you have a copy of the rent agreement?
Yeah, it's right inside.
Take a look at paragraph 14B.
I tell you what, why don't we both go in and take a look at 14B?
Why not?
I might have to be leaving in a couple of days, as soon as I wrap up a few things in my practice.
Oh, a lawyer, huh? Well, look, young man, paragraph 14B states.
If this works the way I think it might, it'll bring us much closer to what really happened between Peter and Channing.
How does Lindsay figure into Peter Flint?
Well, Lindsay and Channing were lovers, right?
So?
So what if Peter Flint found out about it? What do you think he'd do?
Well, how would Peter find out about something like that?
I don't know, but I got the feeling that Lindsay Smith does.
Peter really knew. He doesn't seem to have done anything with the information.
Maybe he made a little money off it, though.
Blackmail.
It's just a theory, but right now I'd be willing to bet at least part of the ranch on it.
Yeah, but if Peter were blackmailing Channing, why would he kill him? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. That's why we gotta dig deeper. We need to see their bank accounts. Now, Peter's I think I can get, and maybe Channing's. Lindsay's your target. But you gotta make sure that this stays between you and me. I don't want it getting around, okay? I don't want especially the Capwells to find out about it. Now, you have an appointment in 1 hour to see the apartment manager, so get out of your uniform.
Yes, sir.
Right, Gillis.
Look, I know he's a local cop. Cruz Castillo? Yeah, that's some record. Okay, let's get on to C.C. Capo. What's he got to do with Castillo? Yeah, maybe you're right. Thanks.
So, Dad believes that Hank Judson chased you all the way across the country just to force you into something with him, huh?
Well, I was just sparing him some of the details, that's all. There's no reason why he has to know the whole story. Anyway, Hank is out of my life for good now. It's all buried.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dad's trying to dig him up piece by piece.
Well, I know he's looking into his background, but knowing Hank, there's not going to be much to find.
Gina, you've seen how Dad operates.
Mason, Cece loves me, and he trusts me. And right now, there's no reason for him not to.
Yeah, unless he finds Hank's police records on his desk in the morning. Does Dad know that you've been trying to break into Brandon's bank? I thought he was treating you better than that.
Well, Brandon wants to get us a gift for the wedding, and he wants to spend it his own money. Isn't that sweet? He forgot the combination, though.
From the weight of this, he could buy you a couple of acres on the coast in Carmel.
Mason, if you don't mind, will you just get to the point? Now, you were talking about Hank. What do you want to tell me?
Well, the point is, Gina, I don't know how much longer your story is going to hold up. Dad's already offered me $18,000 for the dossier I have on Hank.
And you're here to make the delivery, aren't you? You want to see Cece just throw me out of the house and disinherit Brandon just so you can get that money? Cece was right about you. There's nothing human about you, is there, Mason? I won't let you do it. I'll fight back with everything I've got.
You won't have to, Gina. I didn't do it. I may be hardly human, but I do know that the best way to deal with Dad is to let him do his own dirty work.
Oh. Well, then you don't have the documents here?
No.
Well, then why are you here? Why are you telling me all this?
Gina, I don't know how much longer I can keep Dad's hands off the documents. I don't have any influence at the DA's office anymore. Most of my police connections have dried up. And if Dad tries another approach, and believe me, he will, I don't know if I can hold him off.
What can I do?
Well, I'm going to need some money to make sure he never sees those documents.
Money. How much?
18,000 should cover it.
Well, Mason, I'll try, but I can't promise you anything. That's an awful lot of spending money, isn't it, Mason?
Mm-hmm.
When do you need it?
Tonight.
Well, that's impossible. I don't have that kind of cash. Cece's not even in town. He's out on business until tomorrow, I think.
Oh, technicality. I'm sure you'll find some way to handle it, Gina.
Oh, it must be Brandon. I'll do the best I can.
This morning, you couldn't tear yourself away from those old photographs and papers of Cece's, and now you're telling me it's just idle curiosity.
Did Cece ever tell you anything about his war experiences?
I didn't ask him very much. I knew he wasn't comfortable with the subject.
Did you believe that he was the brave and courageous soldier that the newspapers described?
Marcello, I believe that he did what was necessary to do.
Uh-huh. And he survived.
I'm really getting this strange feeling again that you know a lot more than you're letting me know.
Well, don't let it torment you, because everything will come out in time. Now, why don't you go make your peace with the Empress, whoever she is, and I will go find Eden.
I think you might be able to find Eden at her new restaurant.
So watch the time. If you're late for Minx Lockridge, she just might have you beheaded.
Brick, must you drive so fast? Slow down.
I'd like to thank you very much for letting Brick drive me to my doctor's appointment. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Okay.
Brick tells me that you two have been seeing one another quite often lately.
Yes, that's true. Brick has been keeping me together the past couple of weeks.
I know he's quite fond of you.
That goes both ways.
Do you like your new job?
Yes, I do. Although it's mostly just answering phones.
Are there many men in your office?
No, just Mr. Lee's assistant.
You see much of him?
No, he's out of town a lot.
And, what about boyfriends?
Mrs. Lockridge, in my condition, I don't have any problem with the boys.
Well, I see. And, the father?
Gone, out of my life. Hopefully forever.
Was he a decent man?
No, he was a real creep, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do.
He left me rather abruptly, and when he found out I was pregnant, he wanted me to have an abortion. But not to worry, this little baby's going to be the most adored child ever born.
Mm-hmm. You're going to keep the baby?
The United States Marines couldn't take him away from me.
That's a very pretty ring. Let me see it.
It belongs to Brick's grandmother. He loaned it to me because I was getting thrown out of job interviews.
And it worked?
Usually, but not always.
Tell me, in the evening after work, what sort of things do you do?
I don't know, Mrs. Lockridge. I make baby clothes. My mother helps me. I like to cook. I make dinner. You know, Mrs. Lockridge, Brick has told me an awful lot about you, too. I understand the two of you spend a great deal of time together.
All right, calm down back there. I'll get into a major accident and lose my license, then you can drive yourself home and you can hitchhike.
Such impertinence, such rudeness.
Oh, in all my born days, I've never been spoken to like that.
Should I fire the rogue?
Absolutely. All he does is comb his hair in the mirror.
And flex his muscles.
Right, of course. Sonny, now, I want you to stop by the grocer's and pick me out a turnip. Now, slow down. Don't hit the brakes like that.
Oh, you know I like you.
I like you, too. And I love him.
This will be 3 feet.
Right, 3 feet.
Okay. Yeah, and then we'll add another 2 on the other side.
Okay, that's a
so
different elevator. And now these right here, where the tables will go, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Okay, there'll be about 4 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll come out. It'll look good. over here, instead of 4 feet, this end, as opposed to the other one, will be 3.
I think you're going to like it here.
I won't be needing it very long. My brother and sister are moving out from Kansas, and we're gonna buy a place together.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi. You must be my new neighbor.
Yeah, it looks it.
Tell me something. What do you think of rock music?
Not much.
Good. The last guy that was here was a dead freak, whatever that is. I'm Lindsay. And if you need anything, you just knock, okay?
Maggie Gillis. Thanks.
Well, listen, before you sign anything, you better read it very carefully, especially paragraph 14B.
Don't listen to that guy. He tried to beat me out of a month's rent this morning. Here's the key. Look around. I'll be downstairs in the office.
Thanks.
Well, if it isn't Inspector Castillo, how do you like my new office?
Oh, I like the decor. It's real homey.
Service isn't bad either. You want something to eat?
Do you serve favors?
Oh, this is a business call, huh? Well, I have to warn you that my rates have gone up considerably since I went back into private practice.
I'm sure I can tell from the luxurious office.
Well, you can't be too picky when you're out on your own. What can I do for you, Cruz?
I was wondering, Mason, as administrator of Peter's estate, might you have access to his banking records?
Yeah, I just might. They've put a hold on everything until all the claims are settled.
Well, I need to look at them.
Shouldn't be too difficult. Trifle illegal. Illegal functions cost a little more. How much were you prepared to spend?
Cut it, Mason.
Well, now you can't expect me to give my services away, Cruz.
Well, I could have them subpoenaed if you'd rather.
Now, let's not get testy. Since you're a friend, I'll waive my fee, but don't let that get around.
Consider me a silent partner.
I suppose you want to tell me why you want them.
Oh, it's nothing really, just a few final details to close his file.
I see. I'll have them for you this afternoon.
Thank you, Mason. Listen, I'll see what I can do about your fee. In the meantime, man, here's oh, hell. $10. Have a bite on me, pal. Look a little hungry. Hi, Brick. How you doing? This is Lockers.
Hello. Sophia, you look chic as usual. It's a thespian influence, I suppose.
No, Minx, it's not going to work this time. You have always had an ability to abuse other people, and you know what? Now it seems quite harmless.
I give back in kind what I receive. You have practically wrecked my family for the second time, and I don't want it to happen again.
No, and you're not going to frighten me anymore. Oh, you used to be able to frighten me. Out of all the Lockridges, I was most worried about what you could do to me.
Well, you still terrify me. You seem bent on destroying my family.
Lionel and Augusta can do very well themselves. They can do with their own greed.
You didn't have that in mind those 15 years ago in the tunnel, did you? I asked you a question that night. You remember? You ran away. You wouldn't answer. You refused to answer.
I was frightened. I didn't know what to do. You asked me what it would take for me to not see Lionel anymore, that I was ruining his life and I had to end it.
So what's the difference now?
The difference is, Max, that I can't stand the sight of him.
Well, that's not what I understand.
All the stories you have heard are lies.
I didn't trust you then, and I don't trust you now. You seduced my son when you were Cece's wife. What will it take to make you leave my son alone and get out of Santa Barbara?
You know, Minx, you are really on thin ice now. I don't have to give you an answer. Not to the woman who had her own secret meetings in that tunnel long before Lionel and I ever even knew about it.
you suggesting that I had an affair under my husband's nose?
Don't play innocent with me. I'll make you a deal. If you tell me what went on with you in that tunnel, maybe I'll answer your question. Minx, for 15 years you have been cozy and comfort in the Lockridge estate. And I have been in and out of institutions and sanitariums, fighting for my sanity and crying out for my family. And now all of you are hounding me to get out of town. I earned my right to be here. I'm not going to give it up. Excuse me.
Hey.
Oh.
Have you had a chance to check out those records for me?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. Got them right here.
Great.
And I can't imagine what the police department is interested in them for.
Oh, it's nothing really, Mason. Just another file to clean up. You know how it goes.
Yeah, I used to work for the DA's office.
Right.
You see anything?
No. I just... Well, I would like to make copies before I return these to you.
There's no problem. I did notice a little something. I think you'll find it interesting. I'm sure you'll pick up on it. Here. Seems that Mr. Flint was making $2,500 cash deposits. From what I can tell, he's making one a week.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that the late Mr. Flint might have had something on someone and was receiving a steady income from it? I believe they call it blackmail.
Could be. Who knows?
Whoa. Let me help you.
I almost did it. One more step and I'd have made it in the door.
How'd you manage up those stairs?
With great difficulty. Thank you.
Now listen, I can't help but notice these depositions. Are you a lawyer?
Oh, no, but I wish I were. The jargon these guys used.
Well, maybe I can help you. I'm an attorney.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I've got credentials if you'd like to see them.
No, I believe you.
Well, maybe I can help out sometime.
Yeah, I know, just knock. Thanks, but I don't think you'd be interested. I'll be right back for that. Thanks.
Listen, why don't you tell me about it? Maybe there's something I can do.
Oh, it's too depressing. Besides, neighbors should stay friends. The last 3 attorneys I had wiped me out, so it'll just have to wait. Bye.
Stopped off the house today and found this roaming around in the mailbox looking for you.
Oh, it's the letter from Jeff, complete with your horse's $600. He never got it. Post office returned it.
Any forwarding address? Let's see.
No, isn't that weird? All right, darling. You have to earn your keep around here. Put your mouth to that phone over there.
Yeah.
And solve this riddle. My old office number is. Wait a minute, I got it here. Call 415-555-3941.
39.
And ask for Jackass Jeff. And with your inimitable style, would you please tell him where to go?
Oh, my pleasure. How about this? Hello, is Jeff and Jerk there? Or, yo, Jeff, got a message for you. When your IQ gets to 28, so. All right. Hi, Jeff, this is Matt. How are you? Or something like that. Oh, hello. Hello, Jeff. Oh, can I speak to Jeff, please? You're kidding. How long ago? Great. Thanks a lot. He quit his job a week ago, and no one has seen him since.
Where would he go? He's not the kind of guy to quit his job like that.
Yeah, maybe just disappeared into thin air. Jerks do that, you know. They're notorious for it.
No, this is too freaky. Something's wrong.
Huh. Want me to call his apartment?
Oh, would you please?
Sure.
If you don't mind, if you don't, I won't get any sleep tonight.
What's his number?
415.
415.
555.
555.
3121. He's got to be there. He loved that old apartment. He's been there for years.
There you go.
How weird. It's been disconnected.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh, no bother.
It's just that, well, I consider myself a pretty fair attorney. And since you've hired 3 and they couldn't help, well, it's kind of a challenge.
Yeah, and my challenge would be meeting your fee. I really can't afford to try it right now.
Well, since challenges are my specialty, I will hereby waive any and all consultation fees to one Maggie the neighbor.
It might take up a lot of your time.
Well, how about starting over drinks?
Now?
Why not?
Oh, I still have a lot to do moving in. I'm gonna be up all night as it is.
Listen, are you ready for a real shocker? The attorney will buy. That's right. I will pay you to look over those papers. What do you say?
This I gotta see to believe. I'll be right there.
Fantastic. I had no idea we were up so high. The view is stunning.
Yeah, let's go back.
No, not yet. I find the ocean air very refreshing. Reminds me in a way of a certain city in Italy. I used to stand in the town square and look up at the villas on the hillside and imagine what it would be like to live in them. Be one of those people.
Is that what it is? With my father? Fascination for the rich and powerful?
Yes, in a way. Yes, and your father's a real American hero. Thank you for the file. It was most interesting. He's a decorated war hero and a devoted family man, successful businessman. I admire his ability to survive.
How can you say that about him? Especially after he let you go? And he told Sophia to leave?
Oh, I'm not revengeful, Eden. Not at all.
You haven't known him that long.
No, it's true. It's been a very short time. And yet I feel like I've known him for a very long time. Eden, I know that you were pretending, you were deceiving me under hypnosis. Do you know that that is very dangerous? Sometimes that can be fatal.